Hey there, are you ready for our next riveting experience? Well, buckle up, the fun and excitement is about to begin. Well, here we are loading the kayak into the lake. This is Lake Desire. I've never had any success in this lake. It's one of the few lakes that's nearby that has exclusively largemouth. I still need largemouth for my year-end tournament or year-long tournament, so I'm going for broke here. This is one of the things that I can do that's relatively close, and I thought, well, it's worth a try. So here I am loading up the kayak. I had no idea how much of a poop show this was going to turn out to be, but yes, hope springs eternal. I'm ready to go. All right, stick around till the end of the video. I do, in fact, catch a fish. Now, what you must decide is whether or not it was A, worth it to watch the video to see that fish being caught, and B, whether I paid a big enough price for that fish. All right, so here we are. Don't want to get sunburned, and I don't want you people to have to get stuck watching my hairy legs for the whole show here. So I started out throwing a jig, and I threw a jig in 20 feet of water on hard bottom, what appeared to be hard bottom. I was throwing the jig around docks in heavier cover, just everywhere I could think, and I spent probably the first 40 minutes tossing a jig because I really like fishing a jig, and again, I always hope I'm going to catch a fish using that jig, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. The next thing I tried was a floating worm, and I was throwing that in the cattails and on lily pads and all over in heavy cover. Couldn't get a bite doing that. I switched to a D-shad, which flutters as it sinks, but it's a fluke style bait. Didn't get any strikes on that either. And here's some video of me. I don't know what I'm doing here. Making faces, getting prepared for those days when I have dentures. I don't know what I'm up to here, but yeah, so those are some fun faces to watch. So tried all that stuff, didn't catch anything. Here's the next thing on the list was a wacky worm. I tried tossing that around docks, and did I mention that I always have trouble catching fish here in Lake Desire? Yeah, well, I do. So here's some excellent footage of me getting snagged and then getting stuck in the grapevines. Yeah, this has been a fantastic time up until this point. And you'll notice that I've been watching the live scope occasionally, and I'm just looking to see what kind of reactions I'm getting from the fish on all these presentations, and pretty much all of them have been soundly ignored. So I think these fish get pressured a lot, and they've seen most of these finesse type presentations. So with that, I switched it up to a square bill. I thought, well, my best chance is to get a reactionary bite. I had a little bit of ripple on the water. It wasn't a lot, but apparently it was enough because I don't know, 5 or 6 casts in using the square bill, I caught this fish. And it's obviously a largemouth because that's what's in here. So I'm pretty thrilled. I'm getting pretty excited after all the stuff that's gone through. And watch how excited I am. I pulled the fish and pulled right into the water. Yeah, and I didn't get it with the net either. It blub, 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 it went right to the bottom, but I did get the fish. Yeah, it's not very big either. Yeah, there he is in all of his fishy glory. And of course, after all that's gone on, I'm going to measure this fish. I need to make sure that I know just how much I missed the mark by. Get all this crap off of my measuring board. And I put the measuring board here specifically so it'd be easier for me to check the length of fish. And, it's a lot easier for the fish to jump off and get back in the water from here too. So for some reason, this fish chose not to do that. I don't know why after all the things that went on here today. But yeah, so I did get him measured. Well, look at that. I didn't get skunked. I did lose a rod overboard trying to catch this little bastard. 11.5 inches. Not quite big enough. All right, dude, get out of here. Well, after the excitement of catching that fish, I realized that one good thing here was that my boat was anchored. And so I'm pretty sure that I'm right over where I dropped that rod. So I'm going to put on a big old fat treble hook and a weight. And we're going to go dredging for fishing poles. Well, anybody's ever tried this before knows that this is generally a waste of time. You have to get everything perfectly aligned to get, to be able to snag it in the first place. But after about an hour and a half, there it is. I got it back. So yeah, a little damp maybe, and a little extra weedy, but it was fully functional, no worse for wear, and I got all that pollution out of the bottom of the lake. I didn't even lose my wacky worm. So we're gonna pop her right back into the old rod holder, and we'll be good to go. Now the question is, did I come up with a way of strapping that rod in so this doesn't happen again? Or I don't know, move where I store my net? Because, when you get excited and you catch a fish, that stuff happens. Well, not yet. I haven't. I got to figure out something because I don't want to lose that rod. So I'm gonna have to change something. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna move the rod or strap in the one that's right there next to the net. But stay tuned here because we have some extra exciting bonus feature film here of me catching another fish. So Lake Desire caught 2 fish. I'm surprised I caught any, honestly, but I did catch 2 fish, and I spent a lot of time with that square bill after I caught that fish, and I did get another bite. So I went back to the wacky worm. So all you people who think that I don't fish a wacky worm, I clearly do, and look at that monstrosity, huh? He's almost smaller than the worm. Yeah, but it was a bass. It was a second one for the day, so gosh darn it, I'm counting it. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.